Hi everybody, Brandon Aldred here with the Design Chimp, and for today I'm going to have another tutorial for you on how to create this text effect in the J-Concept summer sale graphic. I had a couple of people ask how I made this, and I just decided to put together a video to show how I did it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is minimize this and drag it over so I can look at it and have a reference of what I'm replicating. I'm going to go ahead and open up Illustrator so we can get started. In this tutorial, it's not going to contain the jconcepts.net logo just because that was supplied when I was making the graphic. But first I'm going to go ahead and create a new print document. And the font that I used was just Arial Black, so I'm going to go ahead and write out summer sale and change it to Arial. Oh, I forgot that it is Arial Black. Okay, so now that I have the text, I'm going to go ahead and create it to outlines just so I can go ahead and apply the strokes and everything around it. I'm not actually going to do it with strokes, I'm going to do it by offsetting paths, but I'm going to ungroup this, group this lower portion, and group the top portion, and make this a little bit bigger. Usually what I do is I'll get the rulers up here and create some guides so I know how big to make this text that's below, just so it fits in a nice box. And then I can go ahead and just get rid of those. Okay, so first what I'm going to go ahead and do is apply the yellow color to summer, and on this we're actually going to apply a gradient. So I'm going to open up my gradient tab, and similar to the video that I did before, I'm going to put in my colors. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and outline this text with a little bit darker orange. So I'm going to go to a path, offset path. And if you're working in measurements of inches, millimeters, or whatever, you can use those by changing this to mm or cm for centimeters. You can also work in points, is usually how I work, especially when I'm doing smaller size text like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this to 5 points. And I'm going to see how it looks by clicking the preview button. And I actually like the thickness on that. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And I'm going to select a darker orange. And I'm actually going to do another outline on this that's black. So I'm going to ungroup this outline from the bottom portion of the text and ungroup the outline from the top portion, and I'm just going to select those darker orange outlines. And how I just selected all that was I was holding shift as I was dragging, so it added to those selections. And make sure that you have this Pathfinder window open and weld these shapes together and send that to the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply a black stroke around there. And I'm going to leave it at the same measurement. Go over here, select pure black, and then I'm going to go ahead and click weld again and send it to the back. Now I want this black stroke to kind of be offset. So I'm going to ungroup. And I'm going to just select the black portion and copy it by hitting Control or Command C. And I'm going to paste it directly behind the black that's already there by holding Control or Command and hitting B, and it pastes that behind. So now I'm going to use my arrow tools, and I can click and drag it down and place it where I want. Okay, so it looks pretty good. I do not like these white spots in the middle. Some designs I do leave those, but for this particular one I didn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the pen tool and fill those in like so, and make sure that I select that portion. I'm going to select this top black outline and this bottom black outline and weld all those together and send them to the back. So you can see that I have this. Now, in the sample that I was shown earlier, it had a white highlight on the text. And this part is kind of a little bit time consuming, but I select all the letters of the text, and I'm selecting all of them by holding Shift and clicking each letter. And I'm going to copy that again by Control or Command C. And I'm just going to paste it directly over this text that's already here by hitting Control or Command F. And I'm going to change my text to white. And since I already have that text selected that I copied, I'm going to go ahead and just hit Control F again, so it pastes directly over that white. And I'm going to kind of click and drag and offset it down there. And let's zoom in. So now, to get that white highlight in there and then have the outline around all of that, I'm going to first select the one letter on top that has this gradient, and I'm going to select the white behind there and go over to this Pathfinder window, and we're going to minus that front layer from the white, and then you can see it puts that white highlight in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that through the rest of these letters. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. This yellow though is not the color that I really like. Okay, so now that I have that done, you saw that little swirly sun that I had. To create that, it was actually really simple. I went over here and clicked on my line tool and just selected spiral and clicked and dragged, and I'm holding Shift to make sure that it's scaled right, and I got it as big as I wanted. And I click on the stroke here and I actually just clicked on the default fills, changed it to black, and now I'm going to open up my brush panel, and you can create your own brushes, but I just went ahead and used the stock charcoal brush that's in here, and when you click that, it applies that brush to that stroke, and you can change the thickness by going up here. And I do not like dealing with strokes inside Photoshop ever since doing sign work. So I'm going to go ahead and just create outlines by going to expand appearance. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply a gradient to that as well. So I'm going to click on the little eyedropper tool and select the gradient that I had previously picked. And let's send this spiral to the back. Okay, so we kind of have that sun look going, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just use the pen tool and draw a line, and I'm going to go back to the default fills. I'm going to take away that white and select on that same brush stroke and change the stroke weight of it and expand appearance again and fill it with a gradient. And then what I do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy this and paste new ones, kind of rotate it. I can change the size. And that was it. And it's pretty simple on how I did that text, and because I converted everything to outlines, I can scale it up or down and everything looks like it should. If you like this tutorial, I hope you found it useful. Just go ahead and click like, or you can subscribe to my videos and catch all the new ones that come out, or hop on over to thedesignchip.com and see what else we have going on. Thank you.